Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex swing trading, using the TC2000 platform. Hello, this is the Forex Weekly Review on 9 July at 4 p.m. Central Time. Starting off the Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. For the week, we started off on Sunday with a short, stopped out at the high, then a nice 1-2-3 punch out. No further trade the rest of the week. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, Monday, no trade. Had initial trade here for a 1-2 out, hits the Heikin-Ashi Z3 for a nice 1-2 out, then comes back in the other direction for a nice 1-2-3 the other direction, which is good. Out at the RL90. No further trade. Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. Sunday, no trade. Red candle. This was a trade. Comes up, hits the RL90 for a 1-2 out. Comes back down the other direction for a nice 1-2 out on the 200. For a nice 1-2-3. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. This was very strange. Yeah, because look at the size of these wicks here. If you had this kind of wick action with this, the actual trading value of this currency pair is very low. So depending on your risk tolerance, if you had it up here, your stop, and that kind of thing, this would have been a nice 1-2-3 at that point. And no further trade the rest of the week. Aussie dollar, US dollar, had an initial trade here and will stop out at the low here. Then goes back in the other direction for a nice 1-2-3 out. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, Monday. This was a trade, stopped out. This was actually kind of like a 1-2-3. Had two dojis here, so this has had 3 green candles in a row, no trade. Then this beautiful 1-2-3 out on the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Wonderful trade. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, no trade, no trade. Then a nice 1-2-3 out. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, no trade, no trade. Then a 1-2. Now, if you moved the stop to break even here, would have been a loss here between here and here as it continued to go down. But this looked like a collapsing drag and then had some kind of gain here at the end. So I thought it was going to go down here. But if you held in it, you would have been out for loss here on this particular candle. No further trade the rest of the week. Your Aussie dollar, no trade here. Had a trade for a 1-2 out, then goes in the other direction, 1-2-3 out with hitting the Z3 up here. So it hits a Heikin-Ashi Z3 here, which is about right there, and then comes back in the other direction, hits Heikin-Ashi on this thing. So we got a real kind of super squeeze or super pinch here with the Bollinger Band. Something's going to pop. We just don't know where. Something's going to happen. Euro Canadian dollar, no trade because it was right at the Heikin-Ashi there. No trade there. Nice 1-2-3 out. Hits the Z3 here for a nice 1-2-3. Euro British pound, kind of choppy. We got here a nice 1-2-3, and then we were out. No trade here. Initial trade here, out for a loss here. At least one indicator away at the belly. You go in for a trade here, you're out for a big loss here, or at least one indicator away. Euro Japanese yen, beautiful collapsing dragon here, as you can see. You got red, winter, spring, and then winter again. This as this collapsing dragon continues to go down. We had a beautiful 1-2-3. So it was great trade on Euro Japanese yen. Euro New Zealand, Sunday no trade. Had initial trade here for a nice out here at the Z3 for a 1-2, and then we had a 1-2 and then a break even. All right, a little bit more than break even. So maybe break even plus dinner for 2. So that was kind of a nice trade there. Euro US dollar, we had initial trade here, out for a loss there, comes back down the other direction. Here, initial trade here, out for a loss here. No further trade the rest of the week. British pound, Aussie dollar, here initial trade here, and then out for a loss. Then we get a 1-2 and out at the Heikin-Ashi Z3. Fantastic trade. Nice 1-2 punch out. British pound, Canadian dollar, no trade there. Initial indicator here, we got a 1-2 and then out at the Heikin-Ashi, the Z3. So we got a nice 1-2-3 out. British pound, Swiss franc, initial trade here, out for a loss there. No trade, and no trade here for British pound, Swiss franc for the entire week. British pound, Japanese yen, all right, had initial trade here, initial trade out for a very small loss here, and then comes back with a beautiful 1-2-3 and out at the Heikin-Ashi Z3. British pound, New Zealand dollar, no trade there, initial trade here, and a loss here at the British pound, New Zealand dollar at the belly of the dragon. Comes in there, nice beautiful 1, 2, 3 punch out. British pound, US dollar, no trade there. Initial trade here, out for a loss here at the belly of the dragon. Then 1, 2, 3, and then no further trade the rest of the week. You can see why we do the 3 sets here, because this is what happens sometimes in terms of the rubber band effect. After 3 soldiers, the 3 crows. So keep that in mind when you're doing your 1, 2, 3. Zealand dollar, no trade here. Nice 1, 2 out at the Z3. No further trade the rest of the week. This did have initial trade here. So I didn't take it. I missed that. So if you did, you were out for a very small loss here on this particular candle on Friday. Zealand Swiss franc, nice 1, 2 out at the Z3 at the Heikin-Ashi. Then comes down for a nice 1, 2, beautiful 1, 2, and then hits the Z3 here. So this was a huge gain, Zealand Swiss franc. Zealand Japanese yen, another wonderful trade here. We had a 1, 2 out at the RL90, comes back for a nice 1, 2, 3 out. Zealand US dollar, here we had initial trade here, along, and then out 1 indicator away for a loss. Come back down 1, 2, and then out for a loss on Friday. Majority of everything just reversed on Friday. We had a 1 and out loss here for this particular short. Then as this emerging dragon continues to go summer, fall, then back to summer as it hits the 200, we had beautiful 1, 2, 3. US dollar Swiss franc, no trade there. Trade for initial loss here. Another trade for another loss, and then a 1, 2 out on Friday. US dollar Japanese yen, this was no trade here. Then a 1, 2, 3, and it was out. Silver seemed to pop back up here, kind of a little tweezer formation. Still hovering around the 200, kind of figuring out between the RL270 and the 200 where it wants to go. Gold is a little stronger, so it comes back up, hits the 200, see if it'll bounce back down. If it breaks the 200 up there, it may be hitting the RL90 next. But this could set up for a collapsing dragon if price action goes below the RL270. Well, folks, I had a YouTuber ask me about, hey, can you view the Dow Jones 30, NASDAQ, and the S&P? And of course you can. So you go over here to this tab up here. It says FOREX. I initially watched this for FOREX because I trade the FOREX, but you can get the Dow Jones 30, you can get the S&P 500, all the stocks in the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100. And you can go through each one of these and pick out some potential picks if you're trading that. You can also do ETFs. They also have those, and you can break it down into U.S. stocks, U.S. indices, or even high caps. But I generally tend to do FOREX, and this is what I stick with. But somebody asked me if TC2000 does Dow Jones 30, 100, and the S&P 500, and they do. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Forex Week in Review. I'm currently conducting a Forex Bootcamp and a Forex Intermediate course. If you're interested, click on the link below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and happy trading. Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information on TC2000, I have an affiliate link below. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.